Greetings to everyone out there in YouTube land. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and today we've got a pretty cool pay dirt, one that I received in from a viewer who's got his own very popular YouTube channel and also sells his pay dirt now. He used to just give it out as Patreon prizes, but he does sell this stuff now. We just did some a couple of weeks ago. So without any further ado, let us turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, our table. So what we have here is a bag. It came to me in a padded envelope and in an extra wrapped up bag of some LXR. If y'all saw the mail call, you saw this has got some really cool trinkets in it. His cool colored bags there, but this is from, we did the giveaway on the Friday night giveaway on live chat, and LXR had won his own bag of pay dirt, and so I made up a bag of gator pay dirt for him, and we did a second giveaway on his bag, his quarter-gram bag, and I think it was Mr. Minix won that. And but I'd gotten this whenever I sent him, let me get this straight. I won a bag of his pay dirt from Rocky Mountain Life Prospecting giveaway that he did, guessing the weight, and I had guessed the exact weight, so I got a bag of his. So he was going to send it to me, and I said, well, since you're sending me a bag of your LXR pay dirt that I won, go ahead and include a bag of your pay dirt that you sell, your half-gram bag. And so he sent me the winning bag plus an extra bag of for the channel. And at that point, that's whenever he ended up sending me the half-gram. I said, well, okay, let me send you something back. So I sent him a bag of my half-gram bag, and he sent me a bag of his half-gram pay dirt to make a short story even longer. So, but this he's got some cool stuff added to his. You saw for the last that bag that we did before, it was the peridot bag with all the peridot sand that was so cool, that I put out the 420 bags, 420 bottles on of the peridot dirt with the gold. And if anybody wants any of those still, like I said, I had a few of those go out. I've got enough to make a couple more. If anybody missed the 420 special, there's a coin. Some nice, look at that. Very cool stuff coming out of this. And make up another. It's $75, postage paid, minimum half-gram, but well over, and loaded with peridots of all different sizes, plus some other stuff thrown in there. But look at that cool, fucking beautiful piece of pyrite, and excellent. That's almost like as a kid, I had a piece of quartz that was almost that size, a little bit thinner, but it had the point like that. It had the termination point broken in the back like that. But that's really cool. Not very nice. And some of these other pieces of these shards, I guess these are quartz shards. We've got our coin. Looks like a Chinese coin there, perhaps. Cambodia, or what is it? What does it say? Mozambique. I don't know. I'm not a coin guy. A black rock there. We'll wet all this stuff down to check it out. Looks like a cool piece of, what is that? That's some polished, if I can hold it. My fingers aren't working today. It looks like some polished tiger eye. Some turquoise and more. Very cool. It looks like these look like some of the polished jasper, kind of like the ones that I had put in some of my bags. Little bits of the polished jasper. More turquoise. And I believe that's one of his pieces of opal that he had. He had sent me some pictures of some opal he'd gotten. We were going back and forth talking about opal. And I think that's what that is a very cool piece of opal. So just great looking stuff. This is looks like we'll have to say we'll wet it all down. That looks like the black quartz, kind of reminiscent, maybe a little, or it could be some of the, the volcanic activity makes the little, I don't know if they do it in that small of a size, the little columns that it makes out, the hexagonal columns. And we can see silver in there, another nice polished bright blue cobalt. I don't know, that may be a piece of sodalite. I think it is. The yellow quartz, more yellow quartz, another piece of that. Very neat stuff, man. This is for a little bag like that. It's got some, it's like a garnet. I think that is a garnet there. And some other chunks of rock and things. We'll see when we get this wet. And then you can see silver popping up in there. It's another, looks like another bit of tiger eye. I'm having a hard time keeping focused on, centered in the camera here. But another shard. So, all right, man, very cool. There's a few more of these very thin shards of quartz. I have to say, I am liking the picture on the camera here. I said this is 128 gigs of memory on this bitch, and 8 RAM and 400 gigabyte SD card that you can put in to hold everything. So I think I'll be set for a while if I keep from dropping smashing it on the ground or throwing it into the intercoastal. But it looks like another piece of tiger eyes. So, all right. Well, the rest of this we will figure out when we go through it. And another piece of polish. Like I said, we'll wet all this stuff down and take a look at it too. So let's get some water set up. I'm going to try to not make a big mess on my table. I'm going to try to paint it today, so I need it where I can dry it off easily. So we'll put everything in the big garret and work out of that. So I keep maybe not slopping around so much. We'll be right back. I decided we're going to go ahead and classify this down just to give us a little easier to work with, since there are some bigger chunks of rock and the silver mixed in with this, to get it separated a little easier. I'm seeing silver shot and crystallized silver, so that's cool. There's another nice polished piece of maybe jasper looking stone there, and that another red piece. So but yeah, there we go. That's a little better for us. So just to be thorough, let's pass our magnet through here and see what we're picking up. And we got a bit of stuff in there for that size bag for sure. That's a little bit of black sand magnetite mixed in there with it. And I could already see right there when I did it. When I suck that out, you can see there's a hunk of gold right there. So we've seen our first piece showing up in here. So let's get into it. Still got to learn. There's quite a few adjustments on this camera. Automatically zooms down to this level, or you kick back and it spans back out. So a little different than, this is a Google Pixel 3 phone that I got on this. I got it through Amazon. It's one of the refurbished. It came in, looks brand new. I've got a nice military style case that it's in with the screen protector, the rubber impact, double impact, all that. So, but again, I don't think it's waterproof. I don't want to test it in the drink. But so far I'm happy with it though. I've gotten a couple of refurbished phones You know, saving $250, $350 or more on buying them new from Amazon, and I have never had a problem with. I've done, I guess, 2 of them now, or 3 of them before this one. I just refuse to pay $500 for a phone, even $400 for a phone. 300 was my limit on this, but I needed it for the channel, so that's the only reason I got the one that I did with that much memory and that capabilities. So, and it's got like a 90 days for if there's an issue with it. You can, with the Amazon, you can return it and swap it very easily. So it's very low risk to do that, as opposed to trying to go through an eBay seller or something like that. I guess they do that there too, but I stick with the Amazon for that. So we're getting down to this one here. A little bit of silver there. You can still see some small silver that's barely roll out that black sand off of there. Try to get as much of it out of the way since there is other stuff to pick up in here. We'll be using the second snuffer bottle to get the silver out of this one, like we did on the copper on the Okie bag, which if y'all were there for that one, Okie Prospecting just did his giveaway raffle, and congratulations to the winners of that. I saw that I believe it was All for Gold, who has also won on my channel before, won his second prize, and I Am Zaxxon won the third and the fourth place. the extra ingot he had thrown in on top of it. Very, very, very lucky man there. And that I saw in the comments, he told him to do another drawing for the ingot. That the quarter bag Graham was generous of him, and Zach likes to share the community for sure. He's always offering to test your gold, but anytime you have gold that looks questionable or maybe is a little too bright, looks too shiny, you can send that to him and he'll take care of that for you. So he's always ready, always there to help. But so congratulations, Okie, for channel growing and doing a pretty cool bags of pay dirt there. And again, thank you to Zach for having him send me his. He won the bag that I did on the on Okie's Patreon giveaway. So he's again, that's that channel karma. It seems like some people win repeatedly on the same channels. I mean, just the few that I've done, I've got repeat winners on this, and mine are very as random as you can get. Like I said, I don't trust the name puller. I've only done that one time, the random selector, comment selector. We do it the other way, guess the weights or pick the numbers. But yeah, even that way, I get repeat winners. So it's I believe in that channel karma on YouTube. Some people are just bound to win on certain channels, it seems. And you can see, if y'all were paying attention, you noticed that there was no jet dry added to the water when this started. So, all right, now we're good. I was seeing that. I saw a little speck look like it was wanting to float there. So now is when you got to work it down slow. Yeah, it's some cool crystallized silver there. We could probably just about walk that gold out. It's all right. That's some nice looking polished shine coming through right there. Look at that. Very nice. If you tilt your pan just a little bit away and then tap the side, you can walk that gold right away from your main body. There's some, looks like there's some hematite in with this stuff too, I would say. Oh, and look, we got more showing up over there on the back side. So there is gold all through this stuff. So, all right, well, we're not going to do that then. We'll work it all down together. I was forgetting this was the half-gram bag. So yeah, there should be more gold than what I was thinking. I was had on this side here, so we'll just get it all out of the way. And thank you to everyone viewing in tonight on our Friday night. It's become a regular Friday night show. Hopefully people get used to just tuning in at a little past the 8 o'clock hour, 8:16. Give Backyard Prospecting a chance to finish his live stream show on his Friday night show. And thank you to everyone that's still tuning in. I am currently shadow banned on YouTube. My views have dropped over 3,000 views in a 1 month time, 3 weeks time. I was over 5,300 views a month. It is down to 2,400 now as of today. And from almost 4,000 unique subscribers to barely holding 1,000 unique subscribers right now. So yeah, I called out YouTube on some of their bullshit, and they snapped back pretty quick. So, you know, exactly the reason why I called it out to begin with, because I don't like censorship and I don't like fascists. That's why I don't hardly go on Facebook anymore, because every time I made a comment on there that was anything that the left did not like, 24-hour ban, 3-day ban, 30-day ban. I had 3 30-day bans in a 4-month period. They even went back and retro banned me for something from a year before. It's just absurd. So, but yeah, so I appreciate it. There's nothing I can really do about it, except just keep doing what I'm doing. So I thank y'all that do get you might just double check your notification buttons, your subscription buttons. My subscribers did not go up for almost 2 weeks. I even had people come on the channel that, what's going on? Your subscribers haven't gone up, when it was growing very steadily after we broke past the 200, 250 mark a couple months ago. And I mean, it was steady, you know. It was nothing skyrocketing, but it was regular. And so that's not what I do this for to begin with, but it's fun to watch and to see it grow. And I sure noticed whenever it didn't change by a single number in almost 2 weeks, which that has not happened since the channel began. So yeah, y'all watch what you say on YouTube and about YouTube, because every single word is documented. You can go on right now and click and get an entire the written copies of every conversation, the transcript of every video. So if they're transcripting it, then they're reviewing it. And hopefully our boy Elon is going to extend his influence well past Twitter, and will carry over to some of these really heavily censored, like YouTube, Facebook. So there we have it. We are down to the gold. And check that out, man. That is a nice cluster of gold. So I'm going to try to get this separated from the silver and pick through it, and then we'll be going through the big stuff. All right. Well, that was pretty challenging to get the rest of that silver out of there with with that black sand and those small pieces of silver. So let's get this wet down and see if any more rocks. I mean, that is a very light black. That's got to be some type of, I would think, of a basaltic. And I'm really surprised there's no peridot in this one from as much as he had in the other one. There's some different, look like just kind of like rocks there. So but yeah, he said he spent a lot of hours. LXR spent a lot of hours going through peridot to make up, to get that clean of a peridot sands to add to his that he had, and going through and picking out all the peridots that he had in there that made up his stuff. It's I think he should definitely make up some more of those specialty. I just didn't have enough. I would have liked to have had mine just full like his, but on my 420s I just put a good, couple of good big scoops of like a little piece of polished, it's clear polished crystal there or something, but some blue. That's the opal. I think that's the opal standing out right there. Yes, it is a nice little, it looks kind of like the opal that I put in some of mine that I'd gotten in, the little oval, flat ovals. You can see some blue highlights popping up in there off of those, showing up. There's another one. It's a nice, they look clear. That's when I put some in my tumbler yesterday to start tumbling, and then when you turn them the right way, you get that color on them. But when they're wet, it just looks like a piece of clear glass. I never realized that about opals. I think the opal chips that I had more of the white opal to them, so they were white with the color showing. Just like there's a nice big piece right there that's, again, it looks like clear glass until you turn it the right direction, and then it picks up that, like that right there. You can see the opal, the colors coming out in it, but it definitely stands out in the pan. So I will definitely leave a link in this video, as well as the previous one that has a link in it too for contacting LXR and getting his. I don't want to. He had sent me a message about, there's another one about how much these were. I think this was the $60 for the half-gram bag. I was pretty sure it was either 60 or 65. Because I knew, because mine's 75, but it's also got a lot of the other gems and things in it, as well as well over the half-gram gold marks. So, but they were pretty close. So I think that's what he has a 1/4 gram, the half-gram, and then a full gram. So, but you can email him and he will let you know. He's got this PayPal and all that. But it's and I bet if you requested some of that peridot sand in there, he might throw you a bit of that in there. Just like in my pay dirts, I put in some of mine have the tiny, like 1 and 2 millimeter rainbow black opal chips that really stand out surprisingly well in a pan of pay dirt, like this, where you can, you got to stop with the tweezers and pick them out. But they do show up with a lot of color, and then smaller than that, the first batch that they sent me of those was nothing but pulverized sand, tiny, I mean literally sand size, and I'll sprinkle some of that in there, and even that's, you're not going to recover that, but it does add some a cool iridescence of color to it. I'm about out of that stuff because I've been sprinkling it in a few of them here and there, but especially people that want the more difficult stuff. They're going to get the smaller type stuff like that, as opposed to some, the larger chips or things like that, or maybe a piece of an actual opal, something. It's always different. But yeah, this is got a lot of silver in here. Actually, LXR talked about going in on trying to get a kind of a special deal on something that may be coming up here a little bit later, that we were going to see if maybe there's another 1 or 2 people that might be interested in going in on a bit larger purchase of something, and then kind of splitting it up. LXR had fixed it up for us, and I'm just going to leave it at that, because we just kind of initially discussed it, but I told him that I was definitely in with it, down with that. So hopefully we'll get something coming out like that for maybe coming up for this summer. Show something a little different kind of collaboration there between a few channels. A lot of silver showing up there in those. Looks like some garnets. That garnet and gator eyes bag garnet and gold bag I just did to get more gator eyes. Those were definitely some bigger, rounder garnets. All you guys that have gotten my gator eyes before, these are about probably double the size of a lot of them, are bigger and much fatter and rounder. So if you're a garnets fan, like the gator eyes, I got a new size, a new batch that I'm putting in the dirts now. Yeah, we got gold showing up. We got some rocks still showing up there. All right, let's see what we can do with this here. What's cool about those garnets is they hold like gold does, and there's a BB rolling around there, silver BB, silver shot. There's also pyrite in here, I saw. Another larger clear crystal there. I think those are all garnets. They sure, yeah. I see some gold chunks clinging up there, so let's rake a lot of this stuff down so we can access our gold, and then we'll come back and clean that out. I had a comment from a viewer talking about the not really being too much into all the stuff added in, but they liked the gems, the gator eyes and amethyst and things like that. And I was those are some nice pieces of gold there showing up. So I was like, I was always kind of the same way when I started this, because I just had never dealt with gold. So I was always just focused on the gold, wanting the gold. But the more I've, been doing it and then seeing some of the cool stuff that, getting down there, that comes in these, and dealing with the cool gems and things like that, I've kind of become more of a fan of the inclusions and the neat stuff in there, and I definitely like putting it in mine. And I know people enjoy, getting stuff like that out. It's really made for some cool pay dirt bags to make up for sure. and still have, not lose any quality as far as the gold wise of it. All of it just being it's kind of like, say, bonus stuff to find when you. I had one of my bottles that I'd sold that they did a video on, and there was no gems in it, and I was like, man, did I forget to put gems in that? And I sent a message like, no, man, I didn't want the gems. I just wanted I'd thrown in a few Gator Eyes. There were some Gator Eyes in there that I went ahead and threw in, because all bottles come with Gator Eyes, a few, if not a vial's worth. So, but he's like, no, man, that's exactly how I wanted it. It's perfect, the gold and silver. So I was kind of panicking there as I'm watching the video, going, geez, did I have multiple safety meetings before I made up that bottle, that batch? Yeah, that stuff's going to be tough to suck up a lot of that. So, all right, well, let me go through this and get all this separated out. First, let's get our. What is it doing with my bottle? Not Oh, I think my new bottle is already juking on me. The tube had already split on one end. Yeah, right there. Look at that. This is brand new, and it's already splitting from where it was put on. This is when I just got in. So, really cheap crap. It's the other one didn't last that well either. But this time I'm going to. Yeah, I had jet dry in the bottle there, as you can see. Next time I'll just get the surgical tube and replace it. Let's get the soap out of there. So yeah, it always looks better when it's wet. That looks like, I think that's a piece of. That may not be turquoise. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's turquoise. I thought it might be copper ore. I said, look at the difference of that opal when it's wet now, how translucent it looks compared to how it looked before when it was dry. So, all right, I'm going to get the rest of these stuff separated out of here, and we'll be back. We've got us a nice a nice clean pan full of gold, and you can see we've got some pretty cool pieces in there, some nice chunks, some smaller pieces. There's like a little piece there with some quartz on it. A little bit of red on that one. Another nice little picker there, but very cool. Nice array. And then we've got our inclusions, all the silver up there at the top, and pieces of pyrite. And some garnets. And like I said, our cool pieces there, the giant crystal, our turquoise. Just like I said, a variety of very cool stuff. Where was our opal piece there? That pyrite's really a cool pyrite specimen there. I like it when it has the little cubics still connected in the matrix. And there it is. That's our, again, that opal it's clear as glass when it's wet. We'll see if it's dry and we do our weigh in and see if it looks different. But very cool stuff. And then of course our coin. So these cool quartz spires. Really neat variety. So thank you so much, LXR. Let's take this in, dry it up, and see what we weigh. Very pretty. Here we are with our dried pan of LXR gold. Beautiful color. Some very nice chunks. You can see some pretty good detail on that stuff there. Very pretty gold. Nothing too terribly small, but still enough. There was some little finer pieces in there with that. So let's get our Pan set out. Our scale is already zeroed and set. I'll zoom out. And let's see what we got here. If I got all my... I went through my tailings. I had no... other than a few stray pieces of silver. All right, there we go. Very nice. 0.631. So that's a that's a nice return on a half gram bag of gold. Not to mention our pan full of our very cool. Look at that opal. You can see that opal right there. Those are all those colors shining up on that opal that looked clear out there earlier. But then we've got our colored stones, our silvers. Like I said, I believe that's some jasper there with the turquoise. Our garnets, quartz, our coin, our tiger eye, again, more polished stuff. Cool pieces of shards of quartz, and our very cool pyrite chunk there. Plus there was quite a bit of crushed pyrite in there. And that very neat quartz point there. And again, our very cool, look at that opal. I mean, those, you just gotta love those things. That's a neat piece. And then that's a piece of the quartz. You can see the difference in them for sure. So, all right, beautiful stuff. And we got to get our close-up shot of this stuff. Actually, for some reason, it says my camera was overheating and the flash just turned off on it. And why is there gold sticking to my toothpick? Oh, because I held it in my mouth for a second when I was messing with the camera. Don't do this with a wet toothpick, yes. But very pretty stuff. Again, I don't know why it overheated. Except it'd been sitting here with the light on for a few minutes, but I don't know. But yeah, very beautiful gold. You can see it's got a little bit of chunkiness to it. Those our nice picker pieces there. Very pretty. There was one, where is it that was showing up? There it is. There's our piece that's half, it's gold and half black. It's got like I said, some, watch out for my paper. Don't want to kick that off. But yeah, I started to pick that out when I was going through to clean it. And it's like, no, you can't pick that out. That's actual, can we get it to flip? Well, it's very tiny to try to manipulate. There's a little piece of string gold right there. Wire gold. Well, I'd get out the tweezers, but I don't think I'd handle it and do any better with the tweezers than I would trying to flip it. But you can see, like I said, it's an odd piece there, half gold and half rock on it. So, but again, very pretty, very cool stuff. It will go in the little LXR bottle with my other stuff that I did off the last bag. So, all right, just like I said, we had to get us a nice close-up of that stuff. Well, that was definitely a very fun bag to do. Thank you so much, LXR, for that pay dirt, and I hope you enjoy the one I sent you. Thank you for everyone for watching and subscribing and keeping up with the channel. And just be clear, I wasn't crying about being shadow banned by YouTube. I was just letting y'all know what goes on, because I have shared a lot with you about my channel, and the good parts of it is it's gone, so I'm sharing you the not so good parts when it's going on. So, hey, it is what it is. I do not cry about the inequities of life, but that doesn't mean I have to like them. So, I just was going to say, be careful what you say on YouTube. And I guess until the next time again, Thank you all for subscribing, and those that are still getting the views on this to see the channel and are coming back, and to the new viewers that are just starting. I appreciate you being here. It's Bayou Gold Guy saying, till the next time, peace out, my friends.